So the finals of the 2025 AFCON is set after Senegal managed a slim victory against the Pharaohs of Egypt yesterday. Kind Kessie, Sadio Mane's goal in regulation time. So after 90 minutes of soccer fiesta, Senegal emerged victorious. However, in the evening, Morocco, the host nation, locked horns with the Super Eagles of Nigeria. And then after 120 minutes, Morocco emerged victorious after beating Nigeria by 4 goals to 2 on penalties. But a major talking point after the semis yesterday is on referee Daniel Laryea, who has taken center stage after some decisions he took in the match didn't go well with Nigerian fans and the team as well. Well, so I am here to address this particular issue, and then I've taken a decision to speak English because I want to reach out to a larger audience and then speak to my Nigerian brothers as well. So the whole thing is that I agree with a lot of Nigerians who are agitated, who are angry, who are pointing accusing fingers at referee Daniel Laryea for some decisions he took in the match. It is very true that he got a lot of decisions wrong. And it appears that most of the 50-50 decisions went the way of Morocco. Well, I do not want to believe that referee Daniel Laryea went on a mission to make sure Morocco qualifies to the final. I think that it boils down to incompetence, because what normally happens is that, you see, when these referees officiating in the Ghana Premier League, they do a lot of mistakes, and then when you talk about them, the referees association will come into their defense and then be giving them some marks that when you think about them, you are like, so what at all is happening to Ghana football? I heard an argument online that the Ghana Premier League has a low patronage, and then a match of this magnitude, looking at the euphoria, the tension and all of that, the decision of CAF to, appoint referee Daniel Laryea was wrong. I agree. Because look, Daniel Laryea has been officiating the Ghana Premier League, though there are some CAF matches that he officiates. However, a chunk of the matches that he officiates is in the Ghana Premier League, and then the patronage of the Ghana Premier League is very low. So if you give him a match of this magnitude, the tension and the euphoria and everything will overcome him. So there are some decisions that he took. I don't think that it has anything to do with making sure Morocco qualifies. I think it had to do with the tension and all of that. And it boils down to incompetence. Because there were, you see, looking at the Calvin Bassey incident, for instance, he should have given a foul to Calvin Bassey, but rather he gave Calvin Bassey a yellow card and awarded a free kick to Brahim Diaz. That was a wrong decision, referee Daniel Laryea. And then I think there was another major incident. It was at the corner line. He didn't know whether to, award a throw in or a foul. You see? And then apart from that, I also have to be quick to mention that Nigerians or the Super Eagles shot themselves in the foot, because in a span of 120 minutes, you were only able to play 2 shots on target. So in as much as I agree that referee Daniel Laryea got a lot of the decisions wrong, I do not think he took any major decision that went the way of Morocco and then it brought down the Super Eagles. No. So in 120 minutes, you managed only 2 shots on target. And then when it gets to penalties, it can be anyone's game. If Nigerian supporters or the Super Eagles has anyone to blame, I think it should be Chukwueze. Because if you take a critical look at the Nigerian setup, okay, Chukwueze is the most talented. That is from where I sit. He's the most talented. Calvin Bassey was on top of his game yesterday. He deserves all the plaudits. He was my man of the match. However, I think that Chukwueze didn't add up to the game, even though he came in late. And then when he got to the shootouts, on his turn, look at the way he kicked the penalty. Bruno also missed the penalty. However, I think that Bruno is a solid player. I had to make a quick check on which team he plays. And then I noticed that he plays his straight in Greece. That is Olympiacos. He's a good player. And then as time goes on, if this team is kept for a long time, I think that in the next Nations Cup, we should all make sure, expect that Nigeria will come out victorious and then win the championship in 2027. And then to Eric Shell, I mean, I know you're a Malian, and then you took the helm of affairs, and then you've done so well. Even though when you started earlier, people I mean criticized you, they lambasted you and all of that, but you've done pretty well. I'm hoping that the Nigerian FA maintains you, they keep you so that you can put the team together. You also made some, I mean, mistakes in the game. You didn't vary your tactics because throughout the tournament, this is the same tactics you've been playing. You didn't vary in when the going got tough, when it became tough. I mean, you should have varied your tactics, do something, but you stick to the plan. Whereas Morocco dominated the play. So I agree with you. You said that the better side won the game. That is true. But I think that all is not lost for Nigeria. On Saturday, make sure you win the bronze medal. And then in the subsequent, I mean, Nations Cup that will be held in 2027, that will be Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda, I think. Nigeria should brace themselves up and then get ready for the 2027, I mean, Nations Cup. You did well. Daniel Laryea should bow down his head in shame. However, I also want to maintain that he didn't take any major decision that affected the Nigerian team. So, Nigerian, kudos to the Super Eagles team. And as much as I share your sentiments, better luck next time. And then until we meet again, I want to remind you that in the fullness of time, everything shall align.